Hello YouTube, it's Tanya, VSG Tanya 2011. I am back from Canada, back from Ontario. Actually got back on Sunday. It's Thursday night. I'm in my workout garb. Today is August 16th. Tomorrow is my 9-month surge anniversary, so I just took some pictures. I haven't done one of those little collage progress videos in a while, so I think I might try and do one this weekend if I have time. I have my kids' birthday parties on Sunday. They're having a skating party, so I may not have time this weekend, but if not, then I'll definitely try and put it together next week. So anyway, let's go straight to the numbers. I got a ton of stuff to talk about, and I have notes. At the start of my journey, 2 weeks before my surgery, I started the pre-op diet. I was 272.8. On the day of surgery, I was 255.6. Last week I didn't have my scale because that's when I was in Toronto. So week 37, week before last, I was 170.2. And this morning, I was 166.4. That's right, y'all. I lost weight on vacation. I was so sure that I gained weight on vacation because I really allowed myself to have some treats. I definitely made good food choices. I had chosen to stay, when we planned the trip, to pick out hotels that had refrigerators so I could go to the grocery store wherever we were staying, because we did change hotels a few times. I had Greek yogurt almost every morning for breakfast with fruit. I had protein bars with me. I had the K's Natural Snacks with me. I had tuna cup. I just made lots of good food choices. But I also, I said in my last video, I had popcorn. I had the toppings off of pizza. I had lots of coffee. Not that that's bad, because they have Tim Hortons up there. If y'all never had Tim Hortons, yum. I need to find a way to get one down here in NOLA. But we had the wedding that we went to, and at the rehearsal party they ordered pizza, but they also got salad. So I filled like half my plate with Caesar salad, and I ate the toppings off of a piece of pizza. And I'm like, oh well, I mean, what am I gonna say? You got like 60 people here who everybody else is fine with it, and then I need something special? No. So I made do with what I had, and I had I think I had like a couple of glasses of wine that night. And then at the wedding, well, that day I did good with my food during the day. And then the wedding, they picked us up at 2:30 from our hotel to go. And we didn't get back until almost 12:30 at night. So we were gone for 10 hours for this wedding. It was awesome. But it was like a sit-down dinner, which we don't really do that in New Orleans. But I had the beef, and they had appetizers, and I just said, you know what, I'm eating whatever I want. I can't eat that much anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I drank. I had vodka. I don't even know how many vodka and cranberries, but you know what, again, it's not really worth it because I didn't even feel one of them, so whatever. But I was being social, and I think I had a glass of wine too with my dinner. So I had a piece of wedding cake, which was like a devil's food cake with white icing because the theme was black and white, and it was so good. I didn't really eat the cake part that much, but I ate the icing because that's my favorite. That's my weakness. But I had a great time. We danced all night. My son was a party animal. Oh, it was just awesome. So I enjoyed this vacation very much. But so let me get to the kind of things that I wanted to talk about. My plateau. I think I was on a plateau for about 6 weeks, and I don't know I guess the plateau has broken now, because I floated between like 171 and 174 for about 6 weeks, and now I'm 166.4. So I don't know if this vacation, like breaking the routine and doing some things different, like broke the plateau, or if it would have broken on its own. And I have to say, I did a lot of walking. I did a lot of exercising on the vacation. I went to the gym a couple of times and actually got on ellipticals. So I put in the work, and so I don't know, but hopefully, I guess the plateau is broken, and maybe I'll hit another one now. I don't know. I don't care because the scale moved, so I'm happy. I had made a doctor's appointment because I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple of weeks ago when I had done my video, I said I had a week where I was up like 3 or 4 pounds, and then I dropped it right away. but my ankles and my feet were really swollen, and I was really concerned, and my best friend who's a nurse was concerned for me, and so she talked me into making an appointment with my doctor, but I couldn't get one until I got back in town from Canada, which of course everything's resolved now, but I figured I'll keep the appointment and just bring it up to him. So I went to him and told him like what was going on, and he said that I asked him about water intake, and he said that everybody's body's different and not everybody needs that much water. And probably I was drinking too much water and my body was holding on to it. He said if you were drinking over 100 ounces of water, he said I can guarantee you weren't peeing out 100 ounces of water. And he said, and you have a desk job, and it's naturally going to go to the lowest part of your body, which is your feet and ankles. And so he said that's natural. That's just, he said that's normal. He said I get people that come in all the time with that. He said if you gain 4 pounds in a week, it's definitely water weight. And certainly if your feet and ankles are swollen, he said you just need to drink less water and walk, because walking works the calf muscles, which causes the blood to pump back up into your body and then get flushed out. So when I was on vacation, I did not drink enough water. I didn't even get 64 ounces a day in, which is not like me. But it was on vacation, it was kind of like half intentional and half not. Some days it wasn't available readily. But since I've been back in town, I'm trying really hard to only get 64 ounces. Some days I've been up to 80 just because I'm a drinker. I drink a lot of water. And so for me, like a lot of people talk about having to work to get their water in, I have to work to not get too much water in. And that seems to be working for me. I haven't had the swollen feet or anything. And so, I don't know. He told me not to worry about it. He said that my blood pressure was great. It was like in the 110s over the 70s. My pulse was fine. He looked at my labs. He said everything was fine with that. He said, just don't worry about it. So, I'm not worrying about it. So then the same day, I had to go see my arthritis doctor, who I haven't seen in 5 months. And he had noticed last time when I went that I lost weight. Oh, and that's the other thing. My general doctor, he was extremely pleased with the amount of weight I lost. And he had a bunch of questions for me, like, with my nutrition. And but he was very proud. But anyway, so I went to my arthritis doctor, and he did full examination. I've been feeling really good lately. And he did all my pressure points and all, and I didn't have any pain anywhere, and I'm on a pretty low dose of my arthritis medicine right now, so he was really pleased with that, and he told me I don't have to go back for 6 months. But he asked me what kind of exercise I was doing, and so I told him I'm doing treadmill and elliptical, and twice a week I do body combat. And he said, well, what's body combat? And I said, it's like a cardio kickboxing. And he basically said, you need to stop doing that immediately. Like, you can't do that anymore. He said, with the arthritis that I have psoriatic arthritis, that it affects the lower part of your body the most. And, like, one wrong kick and I could really hurt myself and there would be no good recovery from it. But, y'all, I love my cardio. I mean, I love my body combat class. I love it. Like, love it. So I haven't decided if I'm actually going to quit yet, because I like it and I don't want to quit. And it feels like I'm very aware of my body, and like if I'm on a treadmill and my hip starts hurting, I get off the treadmill and go get on the elliptical. I don't have any joint pain when I'm doing combat. If I did, I would not be doing it. So, but I know it might be stupid to keep doing it after your doctor tells you should not be doing it. But I love it. I really like it. So for right now, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep thinking about it. I don't know what I'm going to do. So anyway, before I left, he said, let me get you on the scale and see how much you've lost. And I really don't weigh that when I go to my arthritis doctor, because he's already told me before, like with the kind of arthritis I have, weight does not matter. It doesn't matter if you lose weight. It's an autoimmune disease. It's not going to fix the problem. So, but I said, okay, let's get on a scale. Why not? And so I was like, I think it was a 4 o'clock appointment, and it was in the afternoon. So it was, I eaten and drank and all that stuff. And I think I was like 168 on his scale. But he gets the BMI chart. I said, oh yeah, I still have about 10 pounds to lose. And he looks at me and he goes, you don't want to get too thin. So my doctor told me, you don't want to get too thin. And my GP had kind of told me something similar too. And I said, well, to get into a normal BMI, I have to lose about, 10 more pounds. And he was like, what? So he gets his little BMI chart out and it's like, tracking. And he goes, you're fine where you are right now. He said, anything lower is great, but you're fine right now. And that's my bariatric doctor, now my arthritis doctor, that have both told me that like the 26, 27 on a BMI is a good range, that you don't have to get lower. So I'm just saying, I still want to see 159, but it makes me feel, okay, before all this, when you went to the doctor, you never felt like he was going to give you good news about your weight or be happy for you about your weight. It's always about you need to lose weight. And I've just never experienced this before. It's just amazing. I love it. Let's see. My size 12 pants that I had gotten a couple months ago are starting to get too loose. I thought size 12 was where I was going to stop. So I'm kind of like, I like these pants. And I'm going to try and make them work until the winter time. Because they're all capris. And I'm not going to get new, long pants until I know if I'm going to be a 10 or an 8. Because I can't see wasting any more money on clothes. This is just getting a bit ridiculous. So, but I mean, it's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. But I'm just surprised. I really thought this is where the body size of my body was going to be. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, so I'm 166. I am 1 pound away from the lowest I've ever been that I can remember. And that was on my 15th birthday. I was 165. Now my body looks a lot different than it did when I was turning, not 16, my 15th, did I say 15? My 15th birthday. My body looks a lot different than it did when I was 15. I remember wearing a half top and a mini skirt to go out that night. That ain't happening this time. When I hit 165, I could probably get down to 145 and that ain't happening. But, anyway, let's see. I'm still getting caught up on all my videos. So, y'all, I'm watching videos. I'm not responding to every single one because I'm watching a lot of them, listening to them when I'm at work. And I just can't stop what I'm doing to go respond. But I want you to know I am catching up on videos. Hair loss. I've been using that Nioxin now for I don't know, maybe 6 weeks, and the hair loss is slowing down. So I don't know if it's because I'm almost 9 months out or if it's because of the Nioxin, and I don't care because it is definitely slowing down. I mean, I got my hair pulled back ridiculously tight, but I wanted to show you do you see all these little new hairs that are coming in? My hair looks like total crap when I fix it because of all these little hairs, but I don't care because this means in about 3 months, those little hairs will be down to here, and in 6 months, they should be down to here, and I should look like a normal person again. So, anyway, finally, one of the things I want to go through real quick, and I hope I know this is gonna be a long video, but I jotted down all the NSVs that I noted on this Toronto trip. And I'm just going to run through them real quick. Oh, first one. Looking forward to all of the walking we would do while we were sightseeing instead of dreading it. Usually I would have been like, oh. But I was like, oh, great. I'm going to get all my exercise in because we're going to go walk and see everything. I packed a lot of high-protein snacks to prevent me from eating too much junk food. Now, normally, if I was going on vacation, I would have thought, bring on the food. I want to know all about the food, the local food, and eat everything in sight. When we're taking a road trip, I want to stop at every convenience store and get snacks. So this was a big NSV for me to pack a lot of healthy snacks and then go to the grocery store and get snacks. Of course, this one never gets old. Fitting in my airplane seat with the seatbelt, leaving a lot of extra, length on the seatbelt strap. And I was crossing my legs on the plane. Before I could barely keep my legs closed. Now I'm crossing my legs on the plane. We hauled luggage through the airport, and I did not get winded or tired. Normally, I would be about ready to collapse. And when the first night we got in late, so we actually stayed at the a hotel at the airport. but it was on the complete opposite side of the airport at a different concourse. And I mean, of course, my husband drugged most of the seriously heavy stuff, but I carried several heavy bags too. And then I had the kids that we were trying to keep in check, but I did not get out of breath. I wasn't like ready to collapse when we got to the room. I felt good. So, we went to Niagara Falls and we did the Maid of the Mist tour, and it was pouring down raining that whole afternoon. It was almost a bit miserable. I got kind of pissy because I was tired of being wet. But the NSV is that I was not worried about my clothes sticking to me because I was wet, because it didn't matter if they stuck to me. I don't have the rolls that I used to try and hide, so that's good. I already talked about making plans to have the refrigerator in the room and having my Greek yogurt. Oh, we went to a place called the Great Wolf Lodge, which is like an indoor water park. And I walked around in my bathing suit for 2 days in a row and didn't care. Yeah, I got saggy skin. I got loose, droopy thighs. And you know what? I don't care, because I looked a hell of a lot better than I did the last time we went to a Great Wolf Lodge and I had to get into a bathing suit. And you know what? There were a lot of people who looked worse than me. So I appreciated how far I have come. Like I said, it was an indoor water park. I climbed the steps for the water slides over and over and over again. My daughter and son and I, we did the little slides. Then my son and I the next day did the big slides. We floated in the lazy river. We were in the pools all day. I didn't get winded going up and down the steps to go do the water slides. I didn't think, oh, go get your daddy. Go get your daddy to do this with you. I was like, nope, mom's doing it. Let's do it. So that was a great NSV. Let's see. Got in more than 10,000 steps on most of the days. I think all but like maybe 1 or 2. Healthy food choices the majority of the time. We went to an amusement park, and I knew I could ride any ride that I wanted. And I didn't have to worry about it if I was too big for the seats. My weight is at a point now where I'm never over any weight limit. So that's huge, because we used to have a water park here in New Orleans before Katrina, and not a water park, amusement park. And I can remember one time going to get on a ride and they almost couldn't strap it closed. And I was so humiliated that I wanted to cry on that ride. And to know that I can ride any ride now and not have to worry about that is amazing. So, it was a little bit cooler. Well, of course, it was a little bit cooler in Canada than it is here, but it was still like in the 80s. But we walked around the amusement park that entire day, and I don't think I was sweating at all. Now, normally I would have been like grossly sweating. I'm always cold now, so in fact, I was pretty cold the night of the wedding. I had a sleeveless dress on, but I don't mind it. For the wedding, I wore a straight dress, which I would not normally do, and I wore my high heels that are like 4 or 5 inches high, and I kept them on for about 5 hours. I did bring my flip-flops to change into because I knew my feet would get tired after a while, but I saw when we were dancing one time, I saw the bridesmaids looking at me and looking at my shoes and making a face like I don't know how she's keeping those shoes on, but I kept those shoes on because you know what? I was so proud to be in those shoes. And oh, and here's an NSV. If you're on my Facebook, you already saw this on the non-scale victories group. We were walking up where we were. It was for the wedding was like had like kind of hills rolling, and we were walking up the hill. And John's uncle, who we hadn't seen since like 2006, he made a comment to John. He said, "Hey, I wasn't perving on your wife or anything, but her legs, like she's got some serious legs." And his sister-in-law came up to me right then and said, you know, like, do you train? Like, do you work out? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And she's like, oh, you can tell, like, you got really good legs. And so that made me feel so good. And my final NSV was getting right back on track when I got home from vacation. Normally, vacation would be the thing that would set me off to fall off the wagon and not look back. And Monday morning, I did a yoga day, and I've been right back on track all week. I went to Body Combat on Monday. I walked tonight. I'll be in the gym Saturday morning doing combat. I'm completely back on track. That is a huge freaking NSV for me, because that is definitely, vacation was always a trigger. I could diet up until vacation, and then I'd let myself go on vacation, and I could never get back on track. And I am back on track. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of where I am right now. I'm really happy with where I am right now. And like I said, I want to get to 159. But you know, like my arthritis doctor said too, he said, you know, he said, I think the way it works is that you lose big, and then you have a big plateau, and then it slows down dramatically, and you might only lose a pound, you know, a pound or 2, 3 in a month. And he said it goes slow, but you know, and that's when he said, like, you don't want to lose, you know, you don't want to get too thin, you don't want to lose too much more. And I thought about it, like, you know what, I don't care. I got 3 more months until my surgery. If I could lose 7 pounds in those 3 months and get to 159 by my surgery, that would be awesome. If not, I think I'm gonna get there, because he asked me how much am I eating. I said I eat between 1,000 and 1,200 calories, and I'm exercising 3 or 4 times a week. And he's like, you think you can keep up that kind of calorie, like low calorie? And I'm like, to me, 1,200 doesn't feel like low calorie anymore. It's like the norm. Like, I can eat a little bit more, and I don't let myself, but not that much more. I could probably eat maybe 200 or 300 calories more, but I don't. And it's not like I feel deprived. And you know what, y'all? I know people talk about hunger. I really don't have hunger this far out. I really don't. But I do eat like every 3 hours. I eat something. I have my protein shake in the morning. Might have like a Baby Bell cheese or a cheese stick in mid morning. Then I had, like today, I had a salad with grilled chicken in it for lunch. Then mid afternoon, I had some Greek yogurt, and then came home had dinner. And tonight I just had a few yogurt covered raisins, that I'm having a cup of coffee in my husband's Cafe Du Monde cup that I love. But I really don't get hungry. So for all you pre-oppers or people who are early, I don't get hungry. My hunger now is not hunger. It's desire to eat. It's desire for food. It's not like my stomach's growling and I need to eat. It's I want to eat that I have to fight. So, but anyway, this video is really, really long. I'm really sorry, but I just had so much that I wanted to say and get out. But y'all have an awesome week. Have a great week. Go out and make it happen, because I will. Bye, y'all.